this a little bit so I don't have to duck down.
Yes, I will.
Oh, that's fine. I don't want to be too tall for you.
All right, let's see if I can make it big. Let's go here. Okay.
Are we on?
We are on, and we're gonna wait for some folks to get here and give them time to get here. Hopefully, don't you think the light's better now?
Yep.
With that?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
On this pretty
We're
vest.
jumping. Thank you. We're jumping around. Why is it jumping? Hey, everybody. Come on in. We're going to have a party.
Everybody load up.
I hope y'all's video isn't jumping like ours is. That's weird. We keep jumping.
Is it? Wait.
No. How's everybody doing tonight? I turn into a pumpkin at 7, so you don't know what you're going to get tonight. I hope I can paint. I'm usually in my chair by this time.
You didn't get your iPad out for me.
You talk, I'll get the iPad for you.
Everybody say hello when you load up. Get on with us. Hey, Michelle. How there? How are you? Ours is kind of doing. Lindy will be right back. We're just waiting for everybody to get in the room here with us. Michelle, are you here in Memphis? Farstadt. Ian Farstadt. Hey there, how are you?
Oh, I can see now, yeah. Miss
Just your
Carol's
laptop?
here. Hi, Miss Carol. Okay, I can see some of them. I saw some of them on the iPad. I didn't see these. Hey, everybody. I hope y'all are ready to paint tonight. I hope it'll be fun. I think it's going to be fun.
Hello from Louisiana.
Hey, Louisiana. Hey, Brandy. She's been with us before. So y'all just keep coming in. We'll just kind of talk, but we'll wait.
We're going to wait a few minutes
Yeah.
while, you know what, babe, that's just your laptop doing that.
It may be because we did plug in a light to help. You know, the lighting was kind of bad in the last ones, and I remembered I actually have a light.
Linda Purcell's here.
Hey, Linda. It only took me like till the 5th video till I remembered my light.
Sandy Brunson is here.
Hey, she has been in one of our Southern Vintage classes before. Yeah.
Lyanna Hamilton.
Let me see if I can catch up.
Julie Elrod. Hello from Atoka.
Hey, everybody.
Kathy Coleman.
Hey, Kathy. She kept trying to get me to spend money yesterday while I was at Southern Vintage doing a show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sister's here.
My sister's here. There's our son, Chris. He's here tonight. Are you going to be in and out? Are you going to entertain?
I'll be in and out, yeah.
He's the entertainment value of this. He's the comedic.
Bridget Ferguson is here.
Everybody's doing
Kaylin Montgomery.
good, staying safe, staying inside. How's everybody? Nobody's?
Jody's watching.
Hey, Jody.
Julie
Hey,
said,
Boydle.
Julie said, hey, Tink.
Call me Tonk now. I'm Tonk now. Who's texting me? Okay. Oh, Liz is here, but she can't comment.
You can't.
I wonder why. Well, at least I'm glad you're here. If you have any questions, Liz, just text me.
Christina Speyer.
Liz lives next door, so. I forget this doesn't scroll up, so I have to scroll to see your comments, I believe. But I can't see who's coming in like he can. We're up to 27.
Up to 27 people.
That's
yeah.
great. Do you have what's everybody? What are you painting on tonight? What kind of supplies did you get a hold of that you're using? The kids are ready to paint. Great. Memphis what? Jody says Memphis what? Memphis 2020, the one where we were quarantined. Friends is my favorite show. I got this from the shirt place. Kelly did it for me. Isn't that great? Yeah, y'all check her out.
Denny Pan, excuse me. Terry Ware, Angela Feathers. We're up to 31 people.
Great. And Walter's working on Liz's computer for her, so he's getting it. Thank you, Walter. Also neighbors. Okay.
Charlene Rivers,
Some
welcome.
some of the things I usually tell at the beginning. Linda says she doesn't have anything; she just likes watching. That's cool too. A thin canvas is good. Paper, cardboard. Somebody painted a cool painting in one of these classes on the cover of a book, which I thought was inventive and creative. Um, Taylor has paper and watercolor chalk paint. Taylor is so talented. She does some amazing work. This is what I'll tell you at the beginning. What we do every week, or whenever we do these, Lula's painting on thin cardboard. Good. After class, when you send me my brother Jody toilet paper. No, you're not. It's too valuable. Don't paint on your toilet paper. If you send me a picture or post a picture and tag me in it of what you painted tonight
No, it's not a Rubicon.
this week, we put your name in the jar for a drawing for a free block print, wood block print. If you've been following us, you know you've seen some of the wood block prints over the weekend. And by the way, thank you all for really showing up for us on the sale this past weekend, and it's still going on. All of those woodblock prints are always available, so check them out if you haven't already. And that's what I've been doing all day. I've been making sure I got the rest of your little puzzles out and making woodblock prints and getting those ready to ship. So,
Right. Did you catch up on what they're painting on?
yes, I did. I sure did. I've been catching up on that.
Robin
Jody
Cunningham is here.
Jodester is painting on
Toilet
paper.
I'm glad you have it. Not everybody
Thank
has
you,
that.
Michelle. We appreciate you supporting our little business. Most of you know that every one of our locations that carries our work, except for Southern Vintage, is closed. Southern Vintage is closed right now. But they do an online sale every day from 11 to 12, and they have curbside pickup.
Uh-oh.
Security.
Pete,
Pete, please.
calm down.
When our ring doorbell goes off, he
So
barks.
does the dog.
Yeah, so does the dog. The flower print. Is that the daffodil, Linda? Let me know, and I'll hold it for you. We'll get it ready for you. And I lost my train of thought thanks to my dog. No, I was thanking you for supporting our small business, because really all we have right now is to sell online and through Southern Vintage's online sales every day. So thank you very much. We appreciate it so much. And like we said last week, we just love doing these parties online. And all we ask is that when you're ready for you need a gift or a home decor item or something that we do, that you remember us. So thank you for that. In case y'all didn't know, you're here to paint this tonight. I just painted this one on a little piece of wood that I had, as I just love painting on wood. So I pick out wood scraps, and what I'll probably do is end up getting Mr. Taylor to frame it for me before I put it out to sell. And so, since I did a small one, I got a 5x7 canvas to work on tonight. I've decided, instead of using those big pieces of wood that take me so long to paint, I'll do something fast and small so we can keep it going. Okay, so we're hanging at about 28. I think we love you too, Sandy. It was so much fun to have you in our class at Southern Vintage. I can't wait till we can get back to doing those. That's the part of this I don't like, is not seeing y'all's faces. I get to actually hang out with you when we're at Southern Vintage.
Rhea's here.
Hey, Rhea.
And Marie's here. Other sister's here.
Sister.
Hey, Anne-Marie.
The other thing that I was going to mention that left me, this is why I don't do these after 7. Shoot. It was important too.
How about Jane Frazier is watching us?
Okay.
Joe Chalmers is on.
Somebody tell me what I was talking about.
Gene Tatum. I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying.
See, he never does. He really doesn't.
You don't say that. You don't say that.
Anyway, it'll come back to me. Maybe it'll come back around to me. I don't know. Wasn't important.
Let's get
Maybe
started.
it was.
painting.
Let's get started. Okay, so y'all are ready. Wish I had a little way to clip this up.
You want me to hold it up there for you?
You know what? Wait a minute. Let me try something here.
Oh.
No, look here. You hold it up, and we're gonna just do like we do every week. If you've been here before, you know how I do it. I'm just gonna walk you through. Take a piece of chalk, take a light pencil, and we're gonna just kind of draw it out. Have a general idea of what we're gonna paint before we actually put paint or your crayons or whatever color you're using down. Oh, and I'll mention, I told everybody that asked, you pick out your own colors. The ones that I picked tonight, I used this blue both for the table and for the jar, the water in the jar. Of course, I have two greens, a light and a dark, for the leaves, which you can do, if you just got one green, you can easily lighten it with some white paint. And the flowers were a combination of white, and this is like a coral and a red. And that's what I'm going to use tonight, but your flowers can be any colors you want them to be.
Anything you want.
Yeah, first thing you're going to do is just about the bottom quarter, you're going to draw a line where your table's going to be. Right there.
Just this line right here.
Yeah, that line right there.
And just chalk it real light. Pencil it real light.
Yeah. All right, and it's hard to see there. Let me draw the bottom of the jar. It's going to be sitting on the table, so it's just a little curved line right there. You can make it up higher. You know what? That's why God created erasers. It's gone. You can make it up higher. If you want to sit further back on the table, like Mr. Taterbuggin said, we'll just put it right there. All right, it's just a little curved line.
Can they see that all right, Ben? It's just the bottom of the vase that you're making a little curved line.
You're just giving yourself an idea of where you want it to be, and that could change if you want it to.
I really did this.
All right, and you know what a jar looks like. You know, you kind of curve out here and bring it down, bring the sides down to the bottom of that curved line. Because you're going to paint or color or whatever over all of this anyway.
Is that washed out too much for them to see?
You see that? Can everybody see okay? And Linda, you didn't want the daffodil. I've got it. I'll set that aside. Okay. And all I did, of course, was just I erased that little line where the jar went through. The table went through the jar. Simple enough. That's gone. You can paint over it if you want to. Okay, now you're going to start doing your bouquet. However you want to do it. This is really, really simple. And you're just going to kind of do circles for where you want those flowers to go.
Randomly placed.
Yeah. However many you want, whatever sizes. So, kind of like that. All right. I'm going to do one more tall one up there maybe. All right. And you can see how I did on this one.
They're wanting you to hold that yours a little bit closer. I don't think
Oh,
they're seeing
thank
it
you.
very well.
Okay, let me do that. I can't see that comment, so thank you
Yeah.
for looking at the comment. Can you monitor those over there maybe? Because we're missing some of y'all's comments, so Chris is here to kind of read those. Let
You
me
got a
hold-
production manager back there now.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
so,
show you.
okay. This is just going to be a general idea of where your jar and your bouquet is going to be. Does that help? Okay. Okay. Now, let me get a bit of whatever color.
Why didn't it have those other comments?
I don't You may have to get over there with the iPad.
Well, they have an idea what that to look like.
Well, and I'm going to be putting down paint now, so you'll be able to see a little bit better. If you want your table to be more
We think-
realistic, you want it brown, you can do that. In fact, let's see. I may change mine up a little bit. Excuse me, Pete.
Let's see.
I may change mine up a little bit and do it brown.
We have windy ice storm. And Marie, hey sis.
It's really driving me crazy that I can't remember what I was talking about.
Patty Shelton is here. Katie Grant is watching. Nikki Tart.
Thank you all for coming. I hope you have a great time. Like I said, if you're just now getting here, I usually do these about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's kind of my time of day. I'm a little more with it. About 7 o'clock at night, pumpkin. Okay. Take a little bit of my blue. All right. You're going to start just filling in your table. You're going to fill in around that line you made for the jar. Okay. You see what I'm doing there? Get a little white. All right, so fill in your table. I'm going to get him to put a little frame around this canvas when it's done. So I'm not going to worry about the sides. If you're working on a canvas, you might want to go around the edges too if you're not going to frame it. But it's going to be so pretty. You're going to be so proud of yourself that you're going to want to frame it.
Trisha's here.
Hey, Trisha. Get on up in here.
Karen Wiley is here.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you so much.
Emery, we didn't get your package yet. No.
You got it. We get a package?
You sent some masks, I believe.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. All right, I just take a little bit of white and kind of put it in there with the blue to give it, you know, the depth. So it's not just one solid color. Just add a little something to it. See how that looks there? And y'all I apologize. I did about an hour before time to come on here. I got slammed with a sinus headache, so I'm not at my best tonight, but that's all right. We're still gonna have a great
Susan
time.
Nelson is watching us.
Hi,
Stephanie
Susan.
Richardson.
Hey, gosh, that's
Thank you for coming.
Thank you all so much. Yes. Okay, so here we are. We got our table. We're just gonna leave that be for a little bit, and we're gonna take a thinner paintbrush, and you're gonna just do the sides of your jar.
A very small tooth.
Yeah, just little, just to show you where the jar is gonna be. It's just the edges of the jar right there, and right here. So we've got that. And then it's time to start on your flowers. So get your flower colors ready.
Did Liz get on here with us?
She wasn't able to comment. Walter was working on that for her. But she's here. Okay, there's. So how's it going so far? Y'all doing okay? Is this good? I got white here. Okay. And what kind of brush do I want to do the flowers in? I think I'm just going to use these. The flowers are so simple and so fun to paint. Y'all aren't going to believe how simple these are. All right. I'm going to start with one of these right down here at the bottom, at the top of the jar, one of my lower ones. You're basically going to be doing C's. That's all they are, little half circles. Little strokes like that. bring my paint closer. Okay, it's going to come up here, and they're very loose light strokes. And what's going to happen is when you take a little bit of white with it, you mix it with whatever color you're using. It gives it a little highlight, depth. Go back in with your main color, and you put a little bit more. And you just keep working with that flower, just like that. Just little light strokes, little half circles.
Sandy says she's not sure what you did to the jar, and I guess that was the edge there, Sandy. Is that what you're asking?
If that's what you're asking, I just took a little bit of the blue and did a light line right where you want your jar to be.
Just to outline the edges.
Yeah, just to outline the edges. We'll fill that in after we do the flowers. So at this point, what you can do, you add a little white with whatever your main color is, lighten it up. If you want to go a little darker, I'll take a little bit of the red with this coral color and add it in. And it will all blend in together like that. We're going to fill in the centers, but if you want to take it on into the center, you can. But your little half circles are just like petals. Lula says, Liz, if you can't comment, if she touches the screen, there should be a little comment bubble. Maybe try that. All right. So then on the next one, just so I like the flowers and the bouquet to vary a little bit, I start with white. I still have a little bit of that coral and red mixed on my paintbrush, but I grab the white, a little bit heavier, and you just start on the next one. And it's going to be a little, show your brush to the camera, please. Here we go. It's just a little pointed tip, simple brush. If you only have flat brushes, you can even use the sides of a flat brush, a squared off brush, to make, or the corners of it to make the petals. But if you've got a pointed one, it's a lot easier. Okay, so then I started out with the light, so I'm going to go in with some red on this one. And work my way out. You can keep playing with it until it's exactly how you want it to be. So just keep on filling in your flowers. If you want to make your bouquet all different colors, if you want some yellows in there too, do that. However you want it to be. Purples, pinks. See how that's working? I'll go back into the coral over here. We'll do some coral flowers.
Demetria Nelson just joined us. Thank you.
Thank you. If you don't catch it from the start, that's okay. I'll post these after we're finished, so you can always go back and do it if you missed out on anything. Sometimes you can even add a little bit of gray in with your flowers, and it gives it some depth. All right.
Your sister down in Mississippi's killing me. Trish.
What is she saying? She's texting you. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. She's... All right. We're still making flowers. We're just doing...
Libby Jones Fowler.
Hi, Libby. Okay.
It says Libby, Libby, Libby on the label.
And, yeah, it's so good to see some of you that couldn't be here live at 2 o'clock here for the 7 o'clock time. I just thought of what it was I was going to talk about. I know. Okay. Well, I'll get back to that. Okay. How are y'all doing on your flowers? Is there anything else you need to do? See how this bouquet, we're just doing the flower part first now. Let's see. Get some of that off.
Just a matter of swirls and seeds.
Yeah, it really is. Just, like little flicks of the paintbrush. And you keep working that paint or whatever around. And it just turns into a flower. Can you see that pretty good?
Jerry Becker's.
Oh, me.
Well, I'm off the clock. I'm on her clock.
Yeah, I'm working him hard today. He has earned his keep around here today, I tell you. I've even had, Chris has been cutting blocks for us too. Washed all the vehicles today, cut grass. I'm digging this quarantine stuff. Okay. Still filling in our flowers. All right, I've got one more. Right up here at the top, I'm going to put one more. Doing okay? A little white in that one.
Brandy Bellante just joined.
All right. I hope y'all told your friends about it and spread the word. If they're not here tonight, or if you haven't told them yet, they can always come in later and do some more. Okay, you may see, and then do what? Sandy, you're just basically doing little half circles all the way around, forwards and backwards, till you make just little flicks of the paintbrush until you've got that whole circle, whole bloom filled in. Okay, now if you're using paint like I am, you might want to go in and make some little buds. The flowers that aren't, I don't even want to know what Trisha's saying. Trisha, don't. Okay, see, we're making little buds just with the tip of our paintbrush. Over here. Over here.
Just keep going. You're doing great.
This is making me nervous. Hi, Denise. How are you?
Hey, Denise, welcome.
Okay, we'll put some more over here. So you're just kind of, you're filling in that bouquet from the inside out. Just keep adding to it wherever you want to. It doesn't matter.
Melinda alerted with us.
Yay. All right. So we've got little buds. All right. See how I did that? Now again, let me show you.
Get it up real close.
This is the one that you saw. It's backwards. I'm sorry. What you're doing now is going to fill in to this, I promise. So we just keep going, we keep adding. Let me rinse off my paintbrush. What else do I want to do? Okay. We're going to go in with the green now. We're going to start filling in some of the greenery. So again, you can use one green and add white with it to lighten it up. I've got two greens and the white that I'm going to use. Hey, Candace. I think.
Hey, Candace.
I think we shipped your order today. Gerald took it to the post office for me.
And I got a surprise for you too, Candace. Something new.
Oh dear. Okay. Now we're going to work on some greenery. I've got see this little bitty brush? I'm sorry, y'all, this is backwards, so I have to work with the camera. Okay? I usually start kind of at the top and start doing some little lines out like vines. You're going to do some here, maybe out this way.
Dale Chandler, thanks for joining us. Katie Metcalf.
Okay, now we're gonna worry about what's in the jar just yet. We'll on that in just a minute. If you've got some space between your blooms, that's where there's gonna be some leaves. So add a little greenery in there. It's not. You see how I'm just flicking paint in there? It's just the idea of leaves in the bouquet.
If you would, Libby Fowler, Since
Yeah.
it's a little late, did you share what colors you're using?
Yeah, let me show you real quick, Libby, while everybody's catching up. I just chose a blue for the table and the jar because I'm going to lighten it up with white or darken it a little bit.
Get it a little closer so
toward the
they
end.
can kind of see. There you go.
Sorry, I'm so backward. For the flowers, I always have some white, and then I have a coral and a red. They tend to go really well together with the flowers. If you wanted to do your table more realistically, you can use a brown, of course, browns and blacks. And then I have 2 greens for the leaves, and I'll also use some white. Okay, and we're going to just get back to some of the greenery. I'm going to take another little bit of green. Out from the sides, you might want to, that was too much, do a little leaf. A leaf is just, oh, watch what I'm doing. Long half circle, or comma, and fill it in like that. And once I've painted in that leaf, I take a little bit of a contrasting color, either white, or if you want to take a darker green like this, and just kind of put it on one side like that, and I blend it in just a little bit. And where you made your little buds, put a little V at the bottom, like where it would meet the stem. It just finishes them off. Here and here. Everywhere you painted a little bud, just a little green around the bottom of it. Okay? And you may want to do like a few little leaves coming out over here. This is where you're just eyeballing it like you would when you're arranging flowers or something. You decide where you want your greenery to be. It can be anywhere. It's totally yours. And just how big you want the bouquet to be. You may want your bouquet to be a lot bigger than mine. That's fine. Or less compact. That's fine too. And we just keep adding leaves and greens in here to fill in. Again, if you didn't see, this is the finished picture, the one that I posted.
Kaylin Montgomery is with us.
Kaylin.
Beverly Mott.
On some of these little stems, the green stems that you made, I'll take the point of one of these little bitty paint brushes and just do some dots like leaves, like it's a little vine, and kind of get a little smaller as you go up. We'll do some more out this way, maybe, with those on it. Can y'all see that okay? Okay, and then I'll dip into the white on this little brush. And on some of these, I'll just do like 3 little white dots, like little bitty white blooms going up the greenery.
Getting it close enough where they
I
can
hope
see it?
so. Y'all shout out if you need to see something else.
Yeah, let us know if
Yeah, we're watching all the comments.
Yeah.
So if you have anything to say, we're here to answer them.
That's right.
Because we're just making her work, you see.
Okay, let me eyeball. Okay, now let me rinse this off, and I'm going to take this little brush, and I'm just going to dip into the red, and I'm going to put some little dots. Just, just to be little flowers coming out here and there, just those tiny ones, like the size of baby's breath, just to give it some warmth. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that flower.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the size of the baby's breath. Very small.
Very small.
It's just little bitty.
And if you want to bring in like a purple or a pink at this point, whatever color, you want to add more colors, that's great too. Let's see what I want to do. Let me think. You could do some little bitty flowers, like some buds over here, bigger. Make it come out a little bit more. Again, you're just doing those half circles. And
Ian Haynes is watching us.
Michelle says, where did we put white dots earlier?
you know, I put them when you did your little vines coming out. I put some little white dots just going on those. It doesn't have to be white. If you want to add some dots to these, just along some of those longer greenery pieces, so it looks like they got some little flowers coming off of them. Really? Oh, that's great. Okay.
Right? All those cars we watched today.
Yeah. Chris made it rain. He washed cars today.
That's how the universe is.
Yeah. All right. And with this, it's heavy on this side to me. So I'm going to go out this way a little bit more.
Michelle says, got it.
Okay, great. Thank you. And True, thanks for saying that the explanations are great. I feel like I'm not explaining good enough. So y'all just let me know. I'll keep explaining and I'll try different wording if I'm not getting it right.
Wendy G is watching us.
Hey there.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. I'm just kind of, filling in,
Balance it.
balance it. Now, let's take some of your green and we're just going to...
Darker green.
I'm starting with the darker green. I'm going to use both. It doesn't really matter. You're going to start just doing stems everywhere. They're going to just go down and kind of get a little bit lighter at the bottom, heavier at the top because that's above the water. They're going to go just like envision when you put your flowers in a vase, how they look underneath the water when they're in the jar. They're just all going every which way. Okay, y'all with me on those? I go back. You can get a little bit of your white or a light green to put on one side of the stem just to make them look shaded. It's really subtle. It's not something that shows a whole lot. All right. Y'all keeping up with me? All right, and while that's still a little wet, I'm going to go back with a little bit bigger pointed brush, and I'm going to take that blue, and I'm going to make a water line right about here. That's where the water is filled up to. And you can see, because my green is still wet, it just kind of mixes with that. So then, see how that?
Mm-hmm.
So I just take a little bit of white.
Here's a little closer where they can see that line.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to go in with some white and just start, well, I still have some of that blue. And I'm just going to, my word is lightning, but you're kind of mixing it together. You're making it look like water. You're, see how that's mixing with the green, and it's starting to look like there's water in your jar, just by adding a little white.
So you white down the blue a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. I went back over, like, as I get over to the side, I want that jar line that we did in the beginning, it should be dry now, to be more prominent. But, as you can see on this side right here, going over it with the white, just makes it look like it's got, yes, blur, thank you. It blurs it. Yeah. I'm just going to keep doing white right in here, and it's going to make those stems look like they're underwater. And then you go back in, get a little bit more blue, and you keep adding it to that white. This is, I mean, it doesn't have to, as you can see, I'm just kind of doing it really fast. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just going to look like the water in your jar. You keep going back over, thank you. Keep going back over with some white if it gets too blue for you. And you've got your water line there. Now, you've got your water line, but the jar, you're going to see the back of the jar. So you know you're going to want to put some white here to fill in. You're just kind of filling in around your stems up here.
And yes, Michelle, that first one that she did right there at the top is a light blue.
Yeah, thank you. He can comments that I can't see. So you see, standing back in the light, you can kind of see where we are now. No, just the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a dark color, grab if you want to do black or dark brown, I'm going to do a really deep gray. Whatever you want.
Oh yeah, I said hello to her. Elizabeth Bowers here.
Hey Elizabeth. He's getting busy on the flowers this week. We've recruited Chris to woodworking now too.
Had to call in backup.
Yeah. All right, I grabbed a little bit of dark gray, and you're just going to put maybe some little dots in the center of your flower. You can make them solid if you want to. Again, you're just showing the center of the flower. It gives them more realism. Again, let me show you the finished piece. You can see what we're working toward. So I'm just going to fill in these centers wherever you want them to be. They don't have to be right in the center. Okay? Doing good? Let's see what's next. If you're using paint, as your paint's dry, because acrylic dries really fast, if you want to go in with a smaller brush, let's see, I'm just going to take a little bit of white. Now that the flowers are all kind of dry, mostly dry, they're all mixed together, you can put some streaks in there, the white streaks, just to show some petals. Gives them a little more depth. Did he fall?
I lost balance for a moment there.
We've had some funny things happen during our lives.
Yeah.
One day, I started painting and the whole tip of my brush flung off. That was great.
Isn't there a mark on the carpet?
Probably. Too bad. I think it's over here. Too bad you didn't fall. That would have been great.
I missed that. I was looking down.
I was having a dad moment there.
Oh, thanks.
Ouch. Okay. You see where I put little highlights of white. You don't have to do that. If you're happy with your flowers the way they are, that's fine. I'm just saying that as they dry, you can add some more depth to them, and it won't blend anymore because it's dry.
What touches of the white here and there.
Yeah, right. And we're going to go one step further, and we're going to take a little, if you want to, you gotta be careful with this. You just want your flowers to pop. You may not want to do this. This is optional.
Yeah, this could make or break your painting.
It
so
could.
Be careful with this stuff.
You don't have to do this. But if you notice on this one, the reason these flowers are going to stand out more is because I took a dark color and barely went around them. Let me show you how I did it.
With a very fine brush and a very almost dry brush.
And a really light hand. I mean, sometimes I'll go in and not touch the canvas I'm trying to go so light. So let me see if I can do this without messing mine up. What I'm talking about is just pick one of your blooms. I hope you don't see this. And you're just going to outline it very lightly with your dark brown, your dark gray, or your black. I've got black. And again, just a little bit of paint Don't glop it on. You're just giving it dimension on your it's going to make your blooms pop a little bit more, give them more dimension. All right.
Debbie Gerald has joined us.
Good. All right. We've still got 21 hanging in with us. Y'all are great. That's impressive.
I missed coming here from Sandy. Did you get that? Did you use blue for the line?
Yes, yes, I did get that. Okay. You see how we're doing? Now, the flowers are just, you can see them a little bit better, right?
They have to be very, very thin lines.
Yeah, you see I'm just barely flicking the paintbrush around the edges, so that it'll pop out a little bit more. Okay, while we're in the black, again, really careful, we're going to go around very lightly around the base of the jar. So it's like a shadow. I'm going to get lighter on one side, darker on the other. Okay. Now I'm going to get my bigger brush. Go back to the one I was using in the beginning. Okay, let me show you what I did. I've got the bigger brush and I just grabbed a little bit of black on the tip of the brush. So I'm going to start over on this side and just kind of flick it out from the base of the jar.
And suddenly you have a little bit of a shadow.
Mm-hmm. So it's sitting on the table. My brush has a little bit of water still left in it, so I can move it around a little bit. But if yours doesn't, you can always add some more blue back into it, whatever color you chose for your table. You're going to have a little bit on the side, just a little bit. And you're going to also take that and go around the top of your table to make it a little bit darker. Grab a little bit more of my blue and work it into the black. That's how I tend to do shading. I go back and forth with the dark and the color. And you keep just working it. None of this is real precise. Sometimes I think it looks better when it's not precise. You're just kind of being really light-handed with it. Okay. So you see we've got a little bit of the shadow on the table. Did everybody get through that step pretty good?
Antoinette Fuentes just joined us.
Thank you. I'll go back into the white a little bit, and we're going to go on the opposite side of your heavy shadow and just have a little bit of white, like you're getting a little reflection off that water in the jar. I'm just going to come out like that, very simple. Again, if it's too much white, go back into your blue or your brown or whatever your table is and mix all in like that. You can just work it all around however you want to. It just shows where the light is reflecting off the jar. Okay? And again, you keep eyeballing your arrangement and decide how big. If you want to move out further, you do more greenery, add some more blooms, add some more buds going out. You can put larger, let me show you. You could do larger leaves, like if you want to come out maybe over here with some larger leaves. You can do that over here.
Ida May, the artist, is watching.
Hi, Ida May. I know you. All right, and let's go up top a little bit more. We're going to do maybe large leaves up here. it's just simple. It's whatever you want to make, and it's just little simple strokes. If you break them down, into parentheses or C's or half circles or whatever, that's all it is. You just have to have a light hand and just keep going until it's the shape you want it to be.
And it says so pretty. These little tricks make a difference.
Oh,
and
good! I love hearing that.
that's the truth. That is the difference between where you are just drawing and the difference in an artist.
Well, it's once you really get down into it, and because I don't know what I'm doing. I just played around a lot, and when you're free to do, you're just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for fun. You're having, you're relaxing. I hope y'all are just having a good time tonight. Who cares? It can be whatever you want it to be. So I just played. Trisha knows she and I would get together, and I would even paint with my fingers, and I had a ball with that, and found out how I could move paint and blend it just with my fingers in certain motions. And so the more you play, the more you'll find your own way of doing things, and it's fun, it's relaxing, and I'm betting most of you feel the same way or you wouldn't be here. So the last thing I did, this is optional, and I haven't decided. I'll probably do it on this canvas too. Thank you, Elizabeth. You are so sweet. I just love you so much. This was, like I said, this was just literally this old piece of wood. It was scrap wood that I had. This side was, it wasn't this ugly. It had been planed off. Gerald had planed some off for me. In fact, let me see. I think I've got some over here. Talk to him for a minute.
Oh, you left me on camera all by myself.
All by yourself. I haven't been here much time in it.
I want to thank everybody for joining us in all these paint classes. Hope you're enjoying it and getting something out of it.
I do too.
We want to see your paintings.
Yeah, I'm going to get back around to that too. This is what it looked like. So since I had this color wood, once I finished got to this part, I decided I wanted to do something with the background. All I did was a little bit of white and went around all the flowers and the leaves. As you can see, it makes it look a little, you can see how I didn't get too close to some of the greenery. So it just gave it a blurred effect, really. I didn't plan that, but I ended up liking it. So yeah, that's what it ended up. So what you want to do is at this point, you can leave it white, or if you want to give it even more depth, take a contrasting color. On this one, I might do a light gray, since it's such a stark white canvas. You could, if you wanted a yellow wall, or whatever the wall in the background you want it to be, just kind of, just move the paint around, or your crayon, or your pastels, or whatever you're using, and play with it until you like it. Put some lines in the wall, make it wallpaper, whatever. And then on your table, if you want to add in some dark wood grain lines, you can do that. Give your table as much character as you want to. If you want to paint a table runner on it, that's the cool thing. You just keep adding until it's what you want it to be.
Diane finally made it.
Diane. Hey, Diane. Okay, so now this is the part where, if you weren't here in the beginning, when you send in a picture of whatever you painted during class tonight, or anytime this week, if you're watching later and you get to this point, send it in, tag us. If you can't figure out how to tag us on, that's not a problem. Send it to me through Messenger. There's our special guest. He always has to make a cameo appearance.
He always makes an appearance.
Because he can't stand to be without his daddy for a whole hour. So I'll put your name in this jar, and we draw 2 names at the end of every class to win a woodblock print of your choice. And we get so excited when you start sending in the pictures of what you've done, because what has amazed me is they're all so different. We do the same class, but you take it that step further and make it your own. The kids, the parents, everybody has done the coolest job, and I've loved it. The other thing before I draw, and I don't want to go on too much longer because it's almost been an hour. The other thing I'm doing, if this is the first time you're here, you haven't heard about it, I'm going to be putting together an 8x10 canvas, a set of paintbrushes, and the paints that you'll need for a class. I haven't decided yet what we'll be painting. I will limit it to 10 people, and we're going to do it through Zoom. We can all see each other. You can buy the kit from me for $25. That $25 will pay for all your supplies that you'll need for whatever painting we have, and the entry in class. The reason it's taken me so to put this together is I didn't have any idea how long it would take me to get all of the supplies for a 10-person class in. Normally, I could run up to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and get whatever you needed and have it ready the next day. I've had to order through Amazon, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. They're out of everything.
And Amazon's not doing it in 2 days either.
No, so I've had to wait for things. But as just today, I have enough to put together 10 kits. So if you're interested in that, comment here, message me. I'm trying to decide exactly what we're going to be painting, but it will be on an 8x10 canvas. That's what you'll have in your kit. So I hope y'all will be interested in that. It'll just be more intimate. I'm going to hold it at 10 just so that we can all be on the screen together. I can teach, and you can actually ask questions, and I can see you. If you want your kids to do it, get the kids a kit too. We'll have that available as well. So watch for a post on that. Let's draw and see who. Last week was our apt cow. Everybody did an amazing job. All right, I'm gonna let Chris pick one, and Mr. Taterbacon pick one.
I'm going to go with one tucked way down here.
All right, you pick one. What you got?
What I got?
Who won?
Let's see who we got. Brittany Edmiston.
Edmiston.
Sorry.
Brittany, are you here tonight? I don't know that I saw you here tonight. Some people that are here during the daytime can't be here at night. So.
Brandy Williamson.
Brandy is here.
Brandy is here.
Brandy, get in touch with me, both of you. Get in touch with me, message me, and let me know what block print you want, and I'll get that made up for you.
Julie Klein Elrods. Yes, we will have local pickup.
Well, yeah, I think it's going to be held to local. Okay, Libby, no matter what we do, okay. I've been trying to decide for sure so that I can do paint up an example and get those put together, but that's coming in the next few days. And as long as we're kind of locked down, staying at home, he found out today he's in for the month. He's a tattoo artist here in Memphis, so they're still going to be closed. We're going to keep doing these at least once a week because we're just having too good a time with it. But in addition to that, we will have the kits and a Zoom class. So thank you, Libby. I'm so glad. I hope y'all had a good time. I can't wait for you to send in what you did tonight.
Yay, Brandy.
The Tate family appreciates you, and we love doing these.
Yes,
so
thank you for all the support. This is fantastic. Y'all are
Thanks
great.
for appreciating and supporting this little lady right here for us.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
she's
do it
great.
without them. I couldn't. They helped me. They're one.
She's fun. She's right here.
This one. This
Good
one.
night, y'all.
This one.
Time to go to bed. We love y'all. Thank you for being here. See you
Don't forget to send
next
the art, or post your art.
Thanks, Michelle. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
No, really, bye.